Hello, my dear students. Please subscribe our YouTube channel for more free video lectures and click on bell button for notifications and visit our website to purchase full course.
Hello friends. Our next topic, which is very interesting in critical reasoning, is arguments. Yeah, arguments. Generally, what is the opinion of the general public on argument? They think that argument is something nonsense. They think that argument leads to some kind of dispute, but absolutely wrong. Argument is very important because argument gives a suggestion or advice to solve a problem. You understand? That's what you look at this in a high profile meeting or a meeting at the business level or a meeting in the colleges regarding attendance of the students or for the improvement in studies, etc., etc. In all these ones where people sit and they discuss. So what actually takes place in that discussion? Expression of their opinions, right? So therefore they come in the form of arguments. Each person expresses his opinion, so which is nothing but an argument regarding that issue and trying to get a solution to the problem. So therefore argument is very, very important in our thinking, right? So therefore please remember that argument is what? A suggestion. Argument is what? Advice. For what? For a question, for a problem, or for an issue. And sometimes argument can also be in the form of a course of action. Okay, so it may be a suggestion where someone can take a decision, or it can be a course of action where someone can take action to solve the problem. Got the point? So therefore arguments are very, very important to reach a solution for the problem. Got it? That's the reason why we never say it is a right argument or it is a wrong argument. Please remember, there are no such right arguments, there are no such wrong arguments, because each person thinks from his point of view. To some extent, that person is right, but for somebody else it may look as wrong. So here we don't discuss about a right argument or a wrong argument. We only discuss about what? Whether it is a strong argument or a weak argument. Please remember, arguments can only be categorized as strong arguments or weak arguments. Got the point? Yes. So now let us look at the pattern. How actually you get a question in the examination. There are two different types. First, let me talk about type 1. In type 1, you will be given a statement, and the statement begins with the should. So that itself is talking about, it is a question, right? For example, look at this one. Statement. Should I join my brother? I get a new marker. It is not properly writing, dear friends. Okay. Should I join my brother Vishwa Institute for gate coaching? Or for cat coaching, or for bank POs, whatever it is. Let me just talk about one examination, gate. Okay, so should I join my brother Vishwa Institute for gate coaching? Now look at this one. Whether it is A asked B or Rahul asked Vijaya, whatever it is something that person is seeking advice from the other person. For example, if I say A asked B, A asked B. So that means what? A is seeking advice from B for his brother's coaching, whether his brother to join Vishwa or not to join Vishwa, isn't it? So therefore, in a statement, you definitely find a problem. So your argument should be relevant to that problem. So therefore, what you're supposed to do, first you have to check what is the problem. Okay, so then you have to think and you should give. But anyhow, here thinking in the sense you are not framing your own advice or you are not giving your own suggestion, but what you have given there in the form of argument 1 or argument 2, there you have to analyze. Okay, so first of all, here it's a very simple question because we are just starting our topic. So therefore, I gave here a very simple question. Should I join my brother Vishwa Institute for GATE coaching? Very simply, A asked B. Now, if you find argument 1, obviously by B, okay? Yes, why not? Yes, why not? Now, you think about this argument. B said that, yes, why not? Now, is it advice? Based on this, can A take any decision whether to join his brother Vishwa Institute or not? Look at this. Is it possible for him to do this? No. Right? Meaning, it's very simple. It's very simple. We don't say, no, it is a right argument. We don't say it is a wrong argument. But this argument is not solving the problem. This is some ambiguity or very simple where A cannot take a decision. So therefore, you cannot say it is a strong argument. So what it is? It's a weak argument. It's a weak argument. Now, sometimes, in your examination, you may be asked a question, which of the following arguments is a strong argument? Or which of the following argument strengthens the opinion of the author? If there is some passage or a statement also sometimes. Or sometimes, which of the following arguments weakens the most? So therefore, when you are analyzing an argument, you have to check from both the ways. You have to see there whether it is a strong argument or it is a weak argument. So here we have come to the point that yes, why not is nothing but a weak argument. So how did we come to the point it is a weak argument? Because it is very simple. We are unable to take any decision. Got it? Now, let's look at the second one, arguments. Yes, my neighbor joined his son. Yes, my neighbor also joined. Let me put here also. My neighbor also joined her son. Now, you look at this one. Most of the time, people do comparisons. Now, A asked B, should I join my brother Vishwa Institute for GATE coaching? So, if you look at proper analysis of the question, he wanted to know, that is, A wanted to know whether Vishwa Institute is the best institute for GATE coaching or not. So therefore, your argument is supposed to be relevant to that particular issue, that what is GATE coaching, what exactly GATE coaching gives success for a student, and how that success is defined, etc., etc. So therefore, a person can understand whether, or can take a decision whether he can join his brother Vishwa Institute for GATE coaching. But here when the comparison comes, yes, my neighbor also joined his son. In what way that is really solving the problem of Mr. A? In what way this can make Mr. A to take a decision? People can join any institution for any number of reasons. For example, some people join the institute because it is close to their house. Some people join the institution only because fees is less. Right? Some people join institutions only because flexible timings. So therefore, we do not know that why did his neighbor, that is B's neighbor, join his son the Vishwa Institute, in Vishwa Institute, isn't it? So therefore, whether the same reason for A also applicable or not, we do not know. So that's the reason why please remember that comparisons never serve the purpose. Never serve the purpose. So therefore, even this also becomes weak argument. Even this is also a weak argument. So what did you understand from here, dear friends? Comparisons are weak arguments. The argument which has a comparison, it is a weak argument. Am I reaching you? Okay, great. Now, look at another argument. Yes, Vishwa is scattering needs of gate aspirants for the past 15 years. Look at this one. Yes, Vishwa is catering needs of gate aspirants for the past 15 years. Now, think in what way it is relevant to this statement. An institution which is in the market for the past 15 years, if you make assumption like in the previous chapter we have discussed about assumptions. Now you just think from that point. Any institution which is in the market for the past 15 years, that itself shows its strength, isn't it? Right? So therefore, it is definitely relevant to the problem. It is showing that Vishwa Institute has all those qualities or has all those amenities or has all those requirements for gate coaching. That's the reason why people are joining Vishwa, and Vishwa is there in the market for the past 15 years. So this is definitely relevant to the statement. It's not directly told because sometimes, you may have some assumed based argument also. So it is indirectly telling that why not? When it is in the market for the past 15 years and catering needs of gate aspirants, that itself is showing that Vishwa is the best institute for anybody to join for gate coaching. Isn't it? So therefore, what do you find here? Yeah, relevance and giving advice. So it is a strong argument. It is a strong argument. So therefore, what did you find in a strong argument? Definitely relevance. Definitely it has some information to take a decision. Got it? Yeah. So, but dear friends, not always your arguments begin with yes. Sometimes your arguments begin with no also. Okay, sometimes your arguments begin with no also. Now let's talk about those. Okay, now let me take one argument here with no. Now, fourth argument, no, join him XYZ Institute. Join him XYZ Institute. Now, let us think, can this argument really solve the problem of Mr. A? Okay, because here Mr. A asked Mr. B. All right. Now, in this one, you definitely see opinion of Mr. B, no doubt. No doubt. Because he's telling that no, join him XYZ Institute. Okay. So as we have already discussed that argument is an opinion. It is advice. It is a suggestion. Correct? You find here opinion of Mr. B. You find here it is advice of Mr. B. It is a suggestion of Mr. B. Yes, it has all these qualities, no doubt, but still, does this solve the problem of Mr. A? He is asking about Vishwa Institute, whether he should join his brother there or not. He is not inquiring about XYZ. He is not seeking opinion of Mr. B on some other institute. He wanted to know whether Vishwa Institute is the best institute for great coaching or not. So therefore, it becomes irrelevant. Please understand. It becomes what? Irrelevant. Because they're talking about Vishwa. Statement is talking about Vishwa. Argument is talking about what? XYZ. Yeah? So therefore, what is its nature? Irrelevance. So any irrelevant argument is a weak argument. So therefore, it is weak. Weak. Now, look at here. Sometimes you may get comparison this way also. No, ABC Institute is better than Vishwa. Okay, now look at this one. No, ABC Institute is better than Vishwa. Comparison is there. Generally, we have already discussed that comparisons are always weaken the argument. Correct. But here, he is bringing such a comparison using the word better. Okay. So definitely, when we think something is better than something else, so obviously you will think of that something. Okay. But still, it is a weak argument. Why? Why it is a weak argument? Because it is not properly compared. So it's not actually compared. One's supposed to talk about a model. Okay, you can give us an example. Example is accepted. Comparison is not accepted. If at all the person wanted to say no and ABC Institute is better than Vishwa, he has to prove there how is ABC Institute really better than Vishwa. If he has some supporting arguments for ABC Institute and comparing with Vishwa and then showing that because of this, this is better than that, then we may accept it. But simply telling it is better than that or it is the best, that will not give a complete information. They all are simple ones, expressing our opinion so simply. So they will not really solve the problem of the person or problem of any issue. Understanding? Got my point? So therefore, even this is also weak. Okay, sometimes you look at this one, how people really argue. No, what is the need for coaching? What is the need for coaching? Now look at this kind of argument. Some people, make very crazy arguments. Mr. A is asking Mr. B about his brother's gate coaching. And then he had chosen one institute, Vishwa. So he just wanted to seek advice from B whether Vishwa Institute is really good for gate coaching or not. Isn't it? So Mr. B is supposed to talk only relevant to that, whether Mr. A should join his brother Vishwa Institute for gate coaching or not? So he is simply telling about his opinion. No. So he's telling that don't join him, Vishwa Institute. That's the meaning. No, because question is, should I join my brother Vishwa Institute? So therefore he's telling no. No is coming here for what? Not for Vishwa Institute. Okay. Okay. But you should tell, right, why Vishwa Institute is not a right place. Instead of that, what is he talking? What is the need? So, this kind of arguments are really crazy. Okay, I can say nonsense. He might feel that coaching is not required for GATE. He may be very intelligent. We don't know. But he cannot think every person from his point of view. He should realize that what is coaching, what is GATE, what is the pattern, what is the examination, so how much training is required, how much hard work is required, etc., etc. So then whether coaching centers really help the students to get through the examination or not. He's supposed to think only from that point of view. But what is this kind of argument? Asking him, what is the need? Got it? That's what it becomes weak again. It becomes weak again. Got it? So dear friends, once again I tell you, there is no right or wrong argument as such. Only strong or weak argument. So now I discussed 1, 2, 3, how they are weak and strong, with yes and with no, how they are weak. Alright, now shall we discuss one more question? Okay, now let's take one more question here. I change the statement. Now look at this one. Should we introduce hotel management course only for girls in our university? Okay, for example, this is Vice Chancellor in a meeting. All right. So should we introduce hotel management course only for girls in our institute? First, let us analyze the question very clearly. So what is the question here? What question does VC ask in the meeting? Should our university have hotel management course for girls? Okay, it has not yet started. So that's what the question is, should we introduce? Okay, now hotel management course, you have to pay attention on this and you should understand very clearly what is hotel management course. What are the responsibilities of hotel management course if any student join? What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? How actually the course is helpful for the students? These are certain points we have to think about, and then in our discussion we have to make arguments and should come to a conclusion whether to introduce or not to introduce. Okay, now look at this one. If someone speaks like this in that meeting, yes, American universities have this course only for girls. Only for girls. Okay. Yes, American universities have this course only for girls. What do you think? I know you got the answer. What is that answer? You're telling it is a weak argument, right? You're telling it is a weak argument. How could you say this is a weak argument? Yes, you're right. What do we have here in this one? Comparison. Comparison. American universities. We're talking about our university. So therefore, whether our university should have it or not, we have to think only from our point of view. Why do American universities have this hotel management course only for girls? We do not know. What is its feasibility? We do not know. How can we compare directly that because American universities have hotel management course only for girls, so Indian universities also should have? Isn't it? It depends upon our requirement. Please remember, whenever we take something, we should always think that our requirement, our need, and whether if it is a problem, whether that solves our problem or not. One simple example. Let us think about it. My neighbor bought a new car. Okay, my neighbor bought a new car, that RD car. Okay, RD car. Now, what should I do? You tell me, what should I do? I have a four-wheeler. Okay, but mine is very simple one, right? Okay, let me tell my car also. Mine is Honda. Okay, now you just tell me, the moment I see my neighbor purchased Audi car, should I also buy an Audi car? Tell me, should I buy an Audi car? So therefore, if I want, okay, I may like Audi car very much. Fine, I like it. But I should think so many things. Now, first thing is my financial status, whether my financial status support me to buy an Audi car, number one. Number two, yes, my financial state definitely supports it. But is it my requirement? Do I need it? The second one. So therefore, whenever we just see something and we have so many feelings, but still we have to think about, is it my problem? If it is my problem, then how do I solve it? My neighbor bought a new Audi car is not my problem. In what way that is my problem? Got it? It's not my problem. So if it is not my problem at all, why should I think about it? If I like it, let me appreciate my neighbor. Let me congratulate my neighbor. Right? I also like Audi car. My neighbor bought it, so I can see it every day. Let me feel proud of my neighbor that he has Audi car. Got it? When I want, when it is my requirement, when my financial status support, all these things come together, I may also buy. You're getting my points? That's what, dear friends, comparisons always worsen the situations. Isn't it? So therefore, whether American universities have this course only for girls, first I have to analyze, why do they have? What is their requirement? Then I can think about whether do we have the same situation, same requirement, and then feasibility there and feasibility here is also same. Then I may think. But simply telling American universities have this course only for girls, so we also have this course is ridiculous. But it is ridiculous. That's what it is. Weak. Now, let us look at another argument. Let's talk about no. So this is one and this is two, okay? No. No. Many girl students come from rural areas to our university and their parents still have misconception about women working in hotels. Okay, now pay attention to this argument. Lengthy one. Okay. But still, you find here relevance. He's telling no. First, let us think that what is this no? No for what? Hotel management course only for girls. So, no hotel management course only for girls. He's giving you proper information. Why does no for this one? Look at this. Many girl students come from rural areas to our university. So, look at this. Where is that university now? Somewhere close to some villages. So, obviously, the people surrounding obviously join that university. Some will be, okay, non-local people. That's what I'm giving here the word many girl students. So, many students will be from surrounding areas. So, local area. So, what is the local area? Rural area. That means village, isn't it? So, many girls join this institute are the village background people. They come from rural areas. Okay. But I'm not here talking about because they are coming from rural areas, that's what hotel management course should not be taught. No, I'm not talking about that. Look at the next point. And their parents still have misconception about women working in hotels. You know, even today in our India, in most of the places, in most of the cases, children depend on their parents. You agree with me? Even, you know, the course that a child wanted to study or has to study, I mean to say, or the college, the university, everything is decided by parents in most of the cases. You know, sometimes when a student is not performing well in my class and when I ask him, what's the problem? He says, I don't have any interest in computer science. I have interest in mechanical engineering, but my father wants me to do only this course. The result is clear, right? So now let's look at this point. Parents still they have misconception women working in hotels. They don't like their women working. First of all, they don't like, in most of the cases, you know that in our places, in most of our places, they don't like women going to a hotel to have a cup of tea. Now, working in hotels is out of the question. So, it is now clearly thinking, now this argument, whoever made this argument, thinking the feasibility, thinking about whether this course can be run. Alright, when most of the girls do not join the course, then what is the use of running the course? What is the use of, first of all, introducing the course? When we know that it cannot have good number of students, the purpose does not serve. So when the parents have misconception about women working in hotels, do you think that they send their daughters to study hotel management? Because we know that any course is for livelihood. We know this point, which is a fact. A person studying a particular course is definitely thinking what are the job opportunities from this course. So it is for livelihood. So therefore, hotel management, the students who complete their studies from hotel management, obviously they have to work in hotels only, right? So when their parents do not like their daughters working in hotels, how do they send their children, I mean daughters, to the university to study this course? No. So therefore, the purpose does not serve. She's clearly telling that. Why can't? Okay, let's stop this. Therefore, it is a strong argument. It is a strong argument. All right. Now, let's look at one more argument. Number 3. No. Why can't we think about? Why can't we think about beauty course for girls in our university? Okay. No. No for hotel management course. Okay. No. Why can't we think about beauty course for girls in our university? Now you think about this. What do you think? It's strong or weak? Are you feeling it is strong? Let's think that why are you feeling it is strong argument? Because in the previous one, we had a problem that parents don't like, sending their children to hotels, sending their daughters, especially daughters, to the hotels to work. So beauty course is not a problem. You might be thinking that. But dear friends, please look at this. It may be useful for the girls. We don't know because that is not my problem. That is not my problem. My problem is whether to introduce hotel management course or not. At present, I'm not talking about, or I'm not thinking about the different courses and to make a selection from those courses and to make a choice from those courses. I'm not taking the different courses. I did not put some number of courses in front of the panel, in front of the members in the discussion, so that each person can give opinion about each course. No, I'm talking about only hotel management course. So therefore, why should I talk about beauty course? If someone talks about a beauty course, I simply have to say thank you very much. Hope you understood. So therefore, this is irrelevant to my problem. That's what it is, weak. That's what it is, weak. Irrelevance. Got it? So now I think you got a clear idea about a strong argument and a weak argument. But still, for your more convenience, I would like to draw, a small table, not exactly a big table, a small two sides one, where I would like to talk about what is a weak argument and what is a strong argument. Okay, you're ready to take that one? Thank you. So now let us look at this one. After discussing two statements and different arguments, we understood what is a weak argument and strong argument, but let us put them separately. So please take this one, strong argument. Strong argument. And here let us take weak argument. Okay, weak argument. Now, strong argument is relevant to the problem. Weak argument is irrelevant. Strong argument talks about only the facts. Okay, in its argument, you find the facts of the statement, but it talks about comparisons. Comparisons. Okay, it is not talking about the real facts, it's only talking about the comparisons. But here you see facts analysis. Let me put this word also, facts analysis. But here facts analysis do not take place. Only what do they take place there? Some comparisons. Okay. Then another one, they are very simple. Weak arguments are very simple. But here you find a clear advice or suggestion. Okay, a clear advice or a suggestion. Okay, let me not put here any article. Clear advice or a suggestion that can solve the problem. Okay. A clear advice or a suggestion to solve the problem. But where else it doesn't have that one. It's very simple. Not talking about anything. Okay. Now, sometimes you find here course of action also. It suggests course of action. If the problem requires any immediate action to be taken to solve it. So it also suggests course of action. But what do you find here? Not any course of action at all. But if at all, even in argument also you find course of action, but that course of action, if it leads to any new problem or results in negative results, or I can say gives any negative results, then it is a weak argument. Okay, sometimes you may have course of action, but if that course of action is taken, that leads to the new problem. If it leads to the new problem, if it leads to any dispute, if it gives any negative results in some damage, then that becomes a weak argument. Got it, friends? Therefore, please look at this once again. Let me give the strong argument points. Strong arguments are relevant. You find the facts analysis in that argument, and then you get a clear advice or a suggestion to solve the problem. Sometimes even you find the course of action to solve the problem, and that course of action solves in a positive way. Okay, solves in a positive way. All right, that means the results are positive. Now, when you come to the weak arguments are irrelevant. That means statement is talking something and argument is talking something. Like in the second question, we did that one for such example. The statement is talking about the hotel management course, but the argument is talking about the beauty course. So this is called irrelevance. All right. Then next, comparisons. Yeah. Simply making the comparisons without any proper data. So obviously that weakens. The comparisons, simple. Simple are the ones generally you have yes, why not, no, why it is, kind of ones, or yeah, it is better, yeah, it is the best, it is well known, it is famous, no, I did not hear. This kind of ones where you don't find any kind of information to reach a decision to solve the problem. So they are called simple ones. Then, if at all, the argument has course of action, but after taking that course of action, if that leads to any new problem, or if that results in anything in negative, then also it is a weak argument. Am I clear? Yeah. So, dear friends, please remember this is how we will take to understand a strong argument and a weak argument. Okay. Now, as I already told you, there are two types of questions. I mean, pattern I'm talking about. One is like one statement followed by 5 arguments. Okay. Then you'll have, a statement followed by 2 arguments, one with yes and one with no. And then you have to mark your answer as only one is strong, only two is strong, either one or two strong, neither one nor two strong, both one and two strong. This is one type of question. And the second type of question, you will have a passage. Okay, small passage, not like reading comprehension one, a small passage where you have to analyze every word very clearly, and then you have to read the question very properly, because sometimes he may ask you if it is true. That means whatever facts given in the passage are true, then which of the following weakens the above information, or which of the following strengthens the above information. So he may ask you to give a strong argument. He may ask you to give a weak argument. So now you know very well what is a strong argument and what is a weak argument. Okay. So now let's work out some questions on this topic, arguments. You all have those questions with you. We shall discuss them now. Okay.